What's up, friends? This is Manni, and welcome to the little night in the Champions League meta with Damper, Tamer, and Trickster, but still only an old Galahad, okay? And there are two things that make the Galahad absolutely unique in the game. Do you know what two things those are? Not 100% unique, but very few robots have that. First off, he can have 3 weapons firing around the corner without exposing himself. The Bulgazari is another one who can do this, but there aren't many robots that can corner shoot with 100% of all their weapons without showing themselves and opening them up for counterfire, right? So that is very unique. The second unique thing about this old geezer of a robot is that you can run the Daredevil skill, which I have right here. You see my shield is disabled right now. I can't bring the shield up in front of me. I can't do it because I'm running more damage output in trade for being unable to use my active ability. But here comes the unique aspect. You can still use the shield, right? You can use the Daredevil skill on the Galahad and you're not trading anything in. You're not losing anything. The only thing is your shield won't be in front of you, but it's to your side. So while you're reloading, nothing stops you from holding up the side of your shield and blocking the damage until your reload is finished. And that is exactly what we're gonna do here with this very old robot. But still, by the way, 250,000 HP, not bad, right? It only has one passive module and one active module. And the passive module is filled with 1 nuclear amp, so that we can slowly but surely increase the damage that we're doing to the enemy team up to the point of dealing, I think, around 70% more or something. I never really know exactly how much it is. 95 stacks times 0.7, I think. May have to look that up again, but should be somewhere around 70%. And yeah, we can get there even with an old Galahad. And yeah, I find it very interesting that this old thing actually performs relatively well in the Champions League. I was ready to spend an eternity recording gameplay for making one video with this, and it turned out that it was actually relatively quick. Well, it still took me a while because not every match was useful. Sometimes I would just get absolutely stumped by Ohokochis, and there was just nothing I can do. But most of the time, I had a pretty good experience with the Galahad, right? I can fight back pretty well against even the most powerful setups with it. So we're gonna get shot away, of course, frickin' Ohokochis. What else is new? But then we can shoot and do some damage here. Now, by the way, I combined Trickster and Tamer with Damper. So we have 2 weapons that apply the rust effect, prevent the healing, drop the shields, and deal direct damage. And then we have 1 weapon, the Trickster, that will add corrosion. So it's like a jack of all trades kind of thing that this Galahad now applies. These weapons are hopelessly overpowered, and I hope they get addressed and fixed very quickly, because right now you can never use healing when these weapons are around, because they apply the 30 maximum stacks of the rust effect so quick, and then healing is disabled. And that paired with the corrosion that ticks you down and you can't counter heal, also just 1 Trickster filling up the corrosion to maximum stack limit. It's just 1 magazine. It's unacceptable. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. That needs to be addressed very quickly because it's very unhealthy for the game. But of course I know it's just going to be ignored, whatever I say, because that's what typically what happens. I tell you what needs to done or needs to be done, and that's basically all. But anyways, back to the Galahad. You see, very often you will also find me doing the corner shooting. And like I said, I'm not sure if maybe even the only other robot in the game. No, the Garrett also can shoot both of his right weapons to the right side, but it will only be 2 weapons. And the Bulgazari also has 3 weapons, 3 mediums, and you can fire a corner shoot around the corner without exposing yourself to fire from the enemy. It's a pretty good trade, seriously, because usually when you do corner shooting, you will find that, well, you're lacking DPS now, because only half of your weapons are now firing at the enemy, unless you have a little pillar in front of you that is small enough to shoot from both sides. Typically doesn't happen. And yeah, so corner shooting here is pretty awesome with this thing. Meanwhile, you see we are at 260,000 health. We're deleting Sarah at a max range of 600 meters instantly. Not because the Garrett is so freaking cool. It's because I am so because the the weapons are so overpowered, man. Come on. How is it okay that we can just delete players with only 2 light and 1 medium weapons at maximum 600 meters range in 3 seconds? What the? Come on, man. And you know what this means to a fully equipped Ohokochi, right? How that would look with 2 medium and 2 light weapons. Or even more powerful setups going forward with the Subduer weapon on the test server right now, coming to the live server sometime soon, allowing these heavy variants of these weapons to perform on Crisis robots. Are you scared yet? I am. So yeah, I don't really want to see that, to be honest. But yeah, so let's hop into Canyon. 600 meter range weapons on a sniper Galahad. And yeah, we can use our shield here too now and emptying this clip. And then I feel the firepower coming in from that Capri. I think maybe it's Magnums with the autopilot. Yeah, I think he's rocking Magnums with the autopilot. You saw how quickly he fired. Dum, 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 dum. So I held up my shield and I was fine. Because that's what the Galahad does. And I still have the Daredevil skill though. So I'm benefiting from the increased damage and I'm benefiting from my active ability still. I just can't hold the shield up in front of me, that's all. It's really interesting. What a special, unique thing. Are there other robots that can do that too? Garrett, of course. It's a clone of the Galahad. Then, I guess the Lancelot, because they're all from the same category. They're all from the night package. Not as in the opposite of day, but the night with K at the beginning. And I think, yeah, the Lancelot can do that too. He will, however, lose his assault boost ability, so he won't be able to run around so fast anymore. But let's be honest, normal robots run around twice the speed of the Lancelot all the time without needing an ability now. And that Lancelot needs the ability to just try and keep up a little bit for 3 seconds. But nonetheless, you can probably activate the Daredevil skill on the Lancelot, and you would still have all 3 physical shields from the Lancelot, plus all his weapons. Yeah, interesting. So holding up the shield sideways again, there's a lot of firepower coming in. But sometimes they just stop firing when I do it. Ha, gotcha, my kill. Alright. Dude, I can't believe that the Galahad does so well in the Champions League. You can clearly see it's not the Galahad that's amazing, right? It's just the weapons, man. The weapons are just sick. They're just completely overpowered so much that even a Galahad can be run successfully with them. And don't get me wrong, I would love if there was something that brings older robots back like this. But if you run this, and that's what happens, you don't typically see these super high-end meta weapons on old teaser robots. You will see this on new meta content, and that's when it breaks the game even harder. So yeah, let's see. Also the new drone coming up, the Pascal drone. It will be so freaking crazy when you're running a max damage build. Remember, this is what I like to do. I can combine the overdrive with nuclear amps. I combine it with the Manni-Pilot and I try and take damage to do the maximum possible amount of damage in the game. Now, doing this in the future with the Pascal drone, where for every kill and kill assist, you will gain damage boost that will stack and stack higher and higher. Dude, I don't even freaking want to know what we can do with that. Actually, I really want to know, and I will explore that as soon as it becomes available for you guys and me to test. So hopefully you're ready for that. It's coming. As soon as that Pascal drone enters the game. And, oh, and by the way, if you like the content here, you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I bet you'd be awesome, right? I would love to have you around for the next video too. Alright, so, meanwhile we have, I don't know how much damage we've done. Maybe 3 million? 4 million maybe. Maybe 5? We'll have to see at the end of the match. In just about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and here we go. Alright, 3.6 million damage. Not really that much though, but I guess, you know, it's a Galahad. Seriously, man. When have you ever seen a Galahad do more than 2 million damage? I don't think that's actually a thing. A Galahad doing more than 2 million damage, that's not even a thing, isn't it? Look what I just did with a Skyros ball with these weapons. Give me normal weapons and I could stand in front of that guy for 2 hours. Give me these weapons and I need 30 seconds. It's just this much more powerful. Crazy. Pixie, 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 you should really stop ruining your game. It would be so much better. Oh god, seriously, can you imagine how much better this game would be if from now on they had to ask me for every update and you know, let me do the numbers. This I can tell you guys, you would have most weapons would be viable in the game. I will also try and understand that there's a business side of things and that there are certain weapons that are meant to be starter weapons and other weapons are meant to be more up to date. But definitely one thing you wouldn't see happening is that new content comes in, breaking the game every time, and then requiring a nerf later. This is something I would absolutely make sure does not happen. I would make sure that new content comes in a way that does not require a nerf later. So that people can actually regain their trust in the game and in their investments. Because let's face it, man, all you guys buying the Orokochi that's next to me, what's your name, Red Steel? If I was to talk with you personally, Red Steel, I'm pretty sure you would tell me, yeah, I know, man, I bought this thing, or you know, I spin the wheel or whatever, knowing that I'll get it and I will only be able to enjoy it for a certain time before it gets nerfed. I'm pretty sure Red Steel would say that to me. Of course, there are people still like to have the competitive edge in a competitive multiplayer game. Who doesn't, right? It's not really, you can't really blame the players for wanting to be powerful in a multiplayer environment. It's just human nature, and it's Pixonic who blatantly abuses that, and not just Pixonic. It's all these mobile games companies, right? We can't just crap on Pixonic here for that. This is a thing that is just normal in this mobile gaming industry. Yeah, that guy had me confused because the turret was there shooting me, and so I thought somebody else is there, and then I thought, no, it's a turret, and I still get shot from somewhere. I was like, wait a minute, no, it can't be the turret, and then I turned around and I found him. Things that had to go on in my head. You don't even want to know. So here against the Harpy, by the way, I'm only using one weapon. You see, I'm only pressing 4, which in this case is the 4th weapon. The Trickster. I'm only using the Corrosion weapon because the Harpy and Siren throw back so much damage to you that I would basically kill myself if I shoot you with the little HP pool that the Galahad has. I can't really afford to shoot them in their abilities. What I can do though is just fire only with the Trickster and only apply damage with Corrosion, which still gets them killed. Like that Seraph right there, he's probably gonna die into 1. It was perfect, actually. I didn't know when he was going to die, but I just imagined it can't take so much longer because he was already low on health. He had the full corrosion bar, so maybe 2, 1, pop, and he dies. Awesome. Alright, there's a big bad Reaper Creeper up there. Interesting thing is his name is Odin, which just reminds me again of our recent video. There's a Heimdall spawning in. Odin is not stealthed anymore. And by the way, it's Odin in Cyrillic letters, not in Latin letters. In case you were wondering, wait, how do you figure that it's Odin? Yeah, it's because I can read those letters now. So the Heimdall is shooting me, and yep, and that is I think a Mars or a Typhon, Mars or a Typhon, one of those. Can't quite see it. Right now, I'm actually looking at my video editing program while doing commentary. I killed something? It must have been the Typhon then, right? Odin is back. Let's finish him off, because he made the mistake of stepping out into the open while being not stealthed. Big mistake. Okay, what is that? It's the Heimdall again, isn't it? Yep! Titan Slayer. Nice. It's normal. Galahads always get Titan Slayers. It's just it's a normal thing now. That's what happens, right? You play Galahad, you get all the Titan Slayers. Is that what's happening? Nah, wait a minute. It was... Hold on, what was it? No. everyone kills you when you play the Galahad. That's how it's normal. Sorry, I confused something here for a second. But not in this video, isn't it? Anyways, ladies and gents, we're nearing the end of this video. Hopefully you had a fun time watching. That would be the most important thing to me, right? Yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Maybe the Garrett? I would be up for it. I like those little guys. I also enjoyed playing the Cossacks so much. And I don't feel bad running over weapons when I put them on a super old robot like this, right? I would feel terrible using them on an Orokochi because it's ridiculous in my opinion. And even more game-breaking than, then it's illegal. Yeah, it's illegal. But on these older robots, I feel fine using them because, you know, at least old robots can fight back. It's cool. But yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video, my friends. And Manny signing off right after killing that dude. Bye-bye. Oh, 7 million.